He has Ornithopter, so...
I guess we'll find out. I mean, Porcelain Legionnaire is a 2-drop some people have been playing.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times early on with the decks, but I've never been a fan of the card.
So you don't like the Legionnaire? Why don't you like it so much?
It's just a 3/1 on the ground. It doesn't really excite me. Like, I'd much rather have the evasion of all the spells. And, like, when you curve out with it, like, on its own, it's fine. But, like, it just doesn't really work with all the other spells. Like, you want Spellskite coming down, or you want Still Overseer coming down, and you just don't really get there with a 3/1. It's just not fast enough or powerful enough. You want just the better spells, or the cheaper ones.
Yeah, I would definitely be playing a 4th King Taco. That card's been something that's really impressed me in this deck.
Yeah, I do like to see Grand Abolisher in the sideboard.
Grand Abolisher, and then also Timely Reinforcements as a brand new card. We haven't seen it too much of. Pure Blade Hold out of the sideboard is kind of interesting.
Seems kind of interesting to have a Timely Reinforcements in a sideboard of Tempered Steel.
Yeah.
For the fact that you're trying to get on the board faster than your opponent anyway.
Maybe if you're trying to play the control deck against...
But you don't have any control elements.
Right.
Besides a couple Timely Reinforcements.
You bring in Reinforcements, Purge, Dismember, I guess. But.
So we'll be going over there soon, but Ben Swartz just took a mulligan.
So, yeah, it looks like Ben took a mulligan. And...
What does he have over here?
We'll be going to the match shortly.
I can't really read his writing.
All right, so Ben's got 4 Forge Masters, 3 Solemns, a Blightsteel Colossus, 4 Spellskite, and here we are with the match. Ben's on the right playing his Tezzeret deck, and on your left you have Joshua Febuary playing Tempered Steel.
Alright, so he came out of the gates. Is that turn 1? Hopefully this is his turn 2. No, that's his turn 1.
So turn 1 is Volt Scourge, Signal Pest, Memnite, Mox Opal Plains.
And Ben Mulligan didn't have a 2-drop, so he's not going to be accelerating to a Tezzeret anytime soon. Okay, he didn't have a Tempered Steel to follow it up with.
Okay, well that would have been absolute brutality.
Yeah.
So Ben looks like he's activating his Inkmoth Nexus, going to block
and he's blocking
the Signal
the
Pest.
If you haven't tested a bunch of block, you would have forgot about that one. But.
All right, down comes Steel Overseer for Josh Febuary.
I'm curious if he had the Steel Overseer, why he didn't just go Memnite. Oh yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do that. Never mind.
So the board for Josh is now Memnite,
Steel Overseer,
Vault Scourge.
Yep. And Ben doesn't have a play for turn 3. He's got 2 Solemns and a Tezzeret in his hand.
All right, so let's see. The board.
So he's gonna get the activations, which is kind of scary for Ben being able to activate his Temper Still or his Steel Overseer and start attacking. Because now, like, the Solemn isn't going to be able to trade with anything.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Temper Steel deck is if it gets a fast start, it can just totally demolish Ben.
Well, and if the Steel Overseer is resolved, because then you don't even...
Oh, there's another Overseer.
Does he have anything in the sideboard that just... Yeah, he doesn't have any Ratchet Bombs either. Oh, he's got Consume the Meek, though.
Alright, so Ben plays a 4th land out. He's got Spellskite, Solemn in his hand. And... Alright, so he's going to activate Steel Overseers.
Josh forgot to play the 2nd Overseer before he activated the first, but...
Whoops.
I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference.
Usually the Overseers are more for tapping than attacking,
yeah.
So... let's see. So Ben's going to cast that Solemn, go find a land.
He's going to need something soon to get out of this.
Alright, so what do you think Ben has in his hand? We can't see his hand very well. If he can have a
I
Forge
think he
Master.
needs to hopefully find his Mere Battle Sphere just to get some board presence, because next turn, if Josh wants, he can attack with 3 3/3s or 2 4/4s. And it's a lot of damage. Plus, he might be able to activate anything. Oh, and he dispatches the Solemn, so it's good.
Oh, man. And
yeah,
yeah,
12, yeah, 3.
Doesn't even get to draw a card off that Solemn.
So he attacks him for 9. Puts him at 3 life. Yeah, that's game over.
Man, yeah, that shows you how fast that Tempered Steel deck can be.
Yeah, I mean, unless he doesn't have Black Sun Zenith, so it's gonna be game over.
Yeah, it looks like Ben is a little light on stuff for the beatdown decks.
Yeah, Ben just wanted to draw an extra card to make him think that maybe he has Black Sun Zenith in his deck or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you always want to play it out in a case like that, so you can make your opponent think you might have some kind of Wrath effect or something similar. Wasn't one there, and Ben falls in the first game pretty fast. Now, after sideboarding, Ben gets quite a few options. He gets 3 Consume the Meek, which are going to be
really
great
good.
here. Platinum Empyrean, do you like that one in this matchup?
Yeah, of course.
That seems pretty good to me.
Spellskite plus Platinum means double dispatch is the only way to get through it. I guess, I mean, in testing for the last Pro Tour, we were talking a lot about Platinum Empyrean in our Forge Master decks. And the only big problem is, like, our Tempered Steel decks, we're then able to just, okay, poison you. Like, we have a different game plan. We'll start attacking in the air.
It's still Nexus you or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dismember coming in.
For sure.
Jace Blaren, probably not. Ratchet Bomb? Is Ratchet Bomb good against Tempered
he's
Steel?
got 3 Ratchet Bomb? I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's insane. That's really good against Tempered Steel.
And Worm Coil Engine seems pretty good just for stabilizing. So, looks like Ben
is very prepared after sideboard.
Yeah, didn't play a lot main deck, but he hedged and was like, all right, well, I'll prepare to beat the Cobblade decks, prepare to beat the other decks. Let's sideboard a lot of the hate for this deck. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be taking out cards like Duress. Don't want that one here, I think.
Oh, of course not.
Mindslaver's coming out. Inquisition of Kozilek, so that's six cards right there.
And if I was him, I would probably even take out like the Tezzerets.
Okay.
They don't really do a lot. Like you, I mean, you do have like the only cards that you really want to be animating are your acceleration.
Do we want Blightsteel Colossus or no?
I mean, I think Blightsteel Colossus might be fine because you have to power out and win this matchup somehow. And if like Tezzeret's not the greatest against this deck. Just because there's no way to protect it. The only time it's going to be good is like late in the game.
When you're already winning it, usually, right? Yeah.
And I think having Blightsteel is good since then you have something to Forge Master and kill them with. But I guess if you're going to Empyrean, I bet the switch is just Blightsteel for Platinum.
Okay, so then looking at Josh's deck, looks like he's got Celestial Purge. Do you think that comes in here? Probably not. Grand Abolisher, probably not. Tectonic Edge seems like an okay card.
Yeah, Tectonic Edge can come in. I think he'll bring in Revoke Existence if he... I mean, he didn't see enough, so maybe he thinks he's just blue-black control. That's actually what happened. Like, he didn't actually know he's a Tezzeret deck.
He saw Solemn, if that's a giveaway at all.
That's not.
An Inkmoth Nexus, but it's probably not much of a giveaway, right? So we probably won't see Revoke Existence. If it goes to a third game, I'd see Josh bringing those in.
I see him maybe bringing Hero in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hero's just like a nice top-end threat, and against most decks, you can just bring it in. Plus, you think your opponent might have hate for you, you bring in your Heroes. Seems pretty good. So after sideboarding, do you still like the Tempered Steel deck here, or do you think that Ben's going to have an edge?
I think Ben is going to have the edge this game, just for the fact that, like, he's awesome. He's a good player. And it seems like he's figured out his numbers that he needs to deal with decks like this. And it's not like you come into a tournament and not prepare to beat like Tempered Steel.
Yeah, I mean, I think last week some players weren't ready for Tempered Steel, but the jig is up. Like people know that it's a deck to beat now. It's very realistic. Yeah,
it's going to be the aggro deck.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, everyone was so afraid of Mono Red, but the true like spy in the format was Tempered Steel.
Well, maybe we'll see Mono Red do well this weekend then. In fact, everyone's preparing for Tempered Steel, although you don't think Mono Red's very good at all, right? We were talking about that last night.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mono Red right now just because the matchups that you are or can be good against have all the white hate, and then all the other matchups are like, you're not good against Tempered Steel. I don't think it's that great of a matchup against Malachite. Even like Blue-Black Control seems to have the tools to actually beat it. Just doesn't seem like it has the numbers that it used to. Like when Mono Red was good, it was always like for a weekend or 2 weekends, and it just dominated. And I don't see that coming up anytime soon. Format's just too fast. We're not going to turn 10 anymore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little different world. So it looks like we're off to the
Ben sends it back
races, and Ben's gonna ship it back. Not what he wants to see here, although maybe feels like he has to find certain cards from this matchup to have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he snapped Mulligan. I'm assuming it was just like a no-brainer.
Yeah, probably no lands, too many lands, nothing useful.
Yeah. Like starting the curve at like Forge Master and a Tezzeret or something random like that.
It looks like Josh keeps his hand. Yep.
Yeah,
Josh keeping his.
Josh kept his 7.
Man. And he's going to be on full 7 cards, up to 8 cards after drawing with his Tempered Steel deck, so that's always a little rough, especially if Ben doesn't have a good hand here. What are you looking for in your hand? Like, what kind of combination of cards do you really want to see if you're Ben? You probably want at least one Consume the Meek, right?
Well, I'd want probably a Solemn, an Acceleration, a Consume the Meek, and like 3 lands.
Yeah.
That seems exactly what I'd want, like, just to deal with Josh's his first dump.
Right, you just go turn 2 Acceleration, turn 3 Solemn, turn 4 Consume the Meek, or maybe block, draw a card, whatever you want to do first. And then you find some more action you get to close.
I don't want to shake my head and cast Inquisition like he just did. So he did bring Revoke in.
Okay. So he did bring in Revoke, and it looks like Ben left an Inquisition. Maybe he feels like taking those Tempered Seals is pretty important. Speaking of...
Inquisition's great in this matchup.
Speaking of what's going on, so it doesn't look like Josh's hand is very good. I see a Memnite, a Revoke Existence, and a Mox Opal, and a bunch of lands.
Blade Splicer.
And a Blade Splicer, and a bunch of lands. Looks like Josh is kind of a slow draw here.
I mean, your opponent's mulliganing, you're up a game. I can definitely see why he would keep something like that.
So let's see, he takes...
I mean, depending on if he doesn't want him to hit something with Revoke, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Blade Splicer, right? Unless that card isn't a Memnite.
Or is that Steel Overseer?
No, he takes the Revoke.
Right, so he takes the Revoke.
He had to kept his Tezzerets in then, by that.
I think I see 2 lands, 2 islands in Ben's hand. A couple of the cards I couldn't quite make out.
There's that Poison Sign in the way.
Yeah, the Poison Sign was in fact in the way. Looks like turn 1 Vault Scourge for Josh, and I think he drew that. Looks like Ben finds another one. So he's got Sphere of the Suns this turn. He can accelerate a little bit. I don't know what his other play is, but
he has a ton of lands in hand.
I think we'll likely see the Sphere come down. Yep, and there's the Sphere. So Ben will have access to 4 mana.
He must have a 4-drop by taking the Revoke.
Yeah, it's possible.
No, he just has 3 islands in hand.
Man, I guess he's hopeful to draw a Tezzeret or draw a Solemn or something.
To help out.
And he's like, I can't afford to get that Revoke Existence.
Yeah.
So Josh passes back.
Never Flowing Chalice. Maybe he's just going to actually accelerate into a Platinum.
Did Josh decide not to attack with his Vault Scourge?
It's a Sigil Pest. It has to be Signal Pest if he didn't attack with it.
Yeah, I think it might be the F&M foil one. I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's so many promos coming out, and I don't even know what they are.
I thought I saw the Phyrexian Mist symbol on it, but maybe not. It's hard to tell. A little bit of glare on the camera there. No idea what that card is. Is it Blade Splicer?
Yeah, it must be.
He's getting a token, so down comes Blade Splicer. All right, and so that mirror token will be being a makeshift golem. And looks like Josh's board is now Spellskite. No, it's got to be. I think he just forgot to attack.
Yeah, he just actually forgot to make the swing.
Yeah, so Spellskite, Vault Scourge, and Blade Splicer with his golem buddy.
And Ben's looking to top deck something.
Finds a Spellskite. It's okay. He'll block the golem.
He doesn't have a Colonnade to help out this round.
Yeah. Man, 4/4 manlands are so huge for blocking all the important creatures.
So
Ben's not playing with Creeping Target, which is interesting.
I mean, you don't really have time for it, especially when you're trying to Tezzeret. You want all your lands to come into play on tap.
Yeah, and you're already
even
playing...
on turn 1, Duress plus Preordain.
Right.
So
looks like
Josh is tech edging.
Yep, Josh tech edges down the Drowned Catacombs from Ben Swartz. And going to think about activating his Inkmoth Nexus. Now, looking at Josh's hand, I saw a land. I think it might just have 2 lands. Or he's got a land and, Dispatch. All right, so Spellskite goes out.
Ouch.
And Josh is going to serve in for 1, 5. Yeah, 1, 4, 5
damage.
Ben will drop to 14. Josh will gain a life. Ben's got plenty of mana. He draws another Sphere of the Suns. He needs to find something else.
That's actually another one of the problems with the deck. Because he's running a 23, a total of, 31 sources altogether with the chalices and the spheres.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to draw
a combination of spells and lands and other spells.
Yep. Looks
so
like...
is that a Tempered Steel?
I think that's a Tempered Steel. Oh, yeah. My. Ben Swartz said he has to find action this turn or he's just dead. I don't know what he could find
Consume
either.
the Meek.
Consume the Meek would be the card. I mean, there's Inkmoth Nexus in play, which is a clock, but it's not going to immediately kill him. All right, Ben, what do you got for us?
Make it exciting.
Otherwise, we'll be off to another match very quickly. And that's Tezzeret. I don't think that's going to do it.
He's thinking if he can try to trick his opponent into getting an extra turn, but...
If he gets to attack. could work. But all right, so there's a Tezzeret, and you go +1 probably. And just try and find something.
I mean, well, there's nothing he's gonna find. I think he just has to make a 5/5 and hope his opponent doesn't attack. I mean, he's gonna dig, but there's nothing to dig into.
And he finds a Ratchet Bomb and a Spellskite. And I don't think either of those are gonna do the trick.
No.
All right, so he takes the Ratchet Bomb. We'll probably play it this turn. Pass, but I think that should be the match. Looks like Ben Swartz is going to lose a blistering fast 2 games.
Yeah.
That shows you just how fast this Tempered Steel deck is.
Just like we said, like if it draws Tempered Steel, it just takes over the game.
And that's it. Ben's done for.
Yeah, that's the match.
That is game, set, and match for Ben Swartz. Man, rough times for Ben. I mean, I'm sure he boarded a lot of cards, mulligan to 6. It just did not get there after sideboarding.
Kept a hand that was just acceleration and an Inquisition and never drew anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Inquisition on turn 1 helped a little, but he just had no action.
Yeah, and
so we're going to try and get another match in for you here shortly. In the meantime, I'm back in the booth, and we're color now.
Wow.
I'm Kevin Verhey. I'm here with Brad Nelson, back in the 21st century. And we just watched Tempered Steel annihilate Ben Swartz in probably under 10 minutes.
Yeah, it had to have been. It was really quick. I mean, I think the most time was spent with Ben shuffling and sideboarding.
And he had mulliganing. I mean, Tempered Steel killed on turn 5, turn 4, turn 5, both games.
Yeah, like turn 5.
It shows you have to be ready for that deck. It's not just a block deck. It's not a joke. That is a deck to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, Steel Overseer and Tempered Steel just give these artifact creatures such a reach that I don't even think they really needed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think if you're going to want to be Tempered Steel in this format, what cards do you want? You want Creepy Corrosion is a big one, right?
Yeah, I mean, the versions of the deck now,